I need your help.
You need my help?
What do you know about Thomas Godolkin?
He was a white dude who founded God U.
Yeah, he was Frederick Vought's right-hand man. Ambitious little shit. He spearheaded a research program called Project Odessa. And we think that's the main fucking reason he started the school.
What were they researching?
We don't know. But we have a source that says Vought is resuming the program. And that's what I need you to find out so we can stop it.
Emma and Jordan are back at the university, but this time they're up against a project known as Odessa, something that promises to be an incredibly powerful weapon and a mystery they need to uncover. That's how the second season of Gen V kicks off. This season kicks off in the past, back in 1967, with the founder of Godolkin, Dr. Thomas Godolkin. He's racing desperately to stop his colleagues from injecting themselves with the very first prototype of Compound V, the serum meant to turn ordinary humans into superhumans. And of course, his fears come true. In a twisted way, they all gain powers, just badly executed ones. For instance, one of them turns into something like the Human Torch, except without fire immunity. Meanwhile, in the present, Godolkin University is under new management. After the events in The Boys, Cypher has stepped in as the new dean, and with Victoria Newman's death, Homelander's face is plastered absolutely everywhere. Jordan and Emma have spent all this time locked away at the Elmira Rehabilitation Center. Suddenly, without warning, they're brought back to the university to join the new school term. Kate made it happen. She fought to get Vought to let them return, but as we know, after the real-life passing of the actor who played Andre, the character was also written out of Gen V. Emma and Jordan hold a press conference where they apologize and lay out everything that happened last season, including the sadistic experiments that were being carried out in the woods. They keep asking where Marie is, but Kate only knows she escaped, and so far, no one has a clue where she went. Cypher introduces himself to all the students as the new dean, promising to guide them and insisting that every trace of the virus once developed in the woods has been wiped out. But Jordan doesn't buy it. He saw Cypher too many times back at Elmira, and what doesn't make sense is that Cypher seemed to be a scientist back then. So how is he suddenly running the university now? Kate thought he'd be easy to manipulate, but when she tried, Cypher nearly crushed her fingers in a blender. Whatever his powers are, they're still unknown, but he's far from easy prey. Elsewhere, Marie is still searching for her sister, with no luck. Out on the streets, tensions between Starlight's followers and Homelander's supporters are at an all-time high. Marie can't stand by and watch so much injustice, so she throws herself into the fight, proving just how powerful she really is. Emma tries to tell Andre's father what happened to his son, but he already knew and he doesn't care anymore. Not even when Emma mentions that the new dean was at Elmira, hinting he might be involved in Andre's death. Back at Godolkin, the students throw a wild party, one of those bizarre ones where, say, a guy drinks alcohol through his backside. There, Emma crosses paths with Sam again. He doesn't seem to feel any remorse for what happened until he hears about Andre's death. When Sam asks Kate what really happened, she takes control of his mind and calms him down. That's how he's been all this time. It's not that he doesn't care, it's that Kate has been manipulating him. Meanwhile, Marie finds herself hunted by another Soup, a bounty hunter determined to take her down for good. The fight quickly turns brutal, and Marie is clearly outmatched. Just when it looks like it's over for her, an unexpected savior shows up, Starlight. Annie tells her about Project Odessa, a plan originally started by Frederick Vogt and Thomas Godolkin. Its true purpose is still a mystery, but Vogt wants to resurrect it. Annie needs Marie's help, and for that, Marie has to turn herself in and re-enroll at Godolkin to uncover what's really going on from the inside. Elsewhere, after another tense conversation with Sam, Emma shrinks again. Scrolling through TikTok, she stumbles on a video of Marie's fight with Homelander's supporters. Together with Jordan, she sets out to find her. By sheer luck, they manage to track her down, and that's when Marie learns the truth about Andre's death. After discovering Marie had managed to escape, Andre tried to do the same and wanted to bring both of them with him. Unfortunately, the air duct he found was blocked. In a desperate attempt to break through a steel door, he pushed his body past its limits, which led to a fatal stroke. His stubbornness literally cost him his life. Kate tracks them down and reads Marie's mind, discovering that she spoke with Starlight. Immediately, she insists that Marie report everything to Vought. When Marie refuses, Kate tries to force her by reaching out to touch her. but Jordan slams her against the wall, causing her to start bleeding heavily. And since everyone fears that one touch from her means losing control, they leave her bleeding out on the floor. After everything that happened, the best option for Marie is to return to the university. To make it possible, she has to record a video talking about her mental health. The idea is simple. If the video goes viral, Vought won't be able to make her disappear so easily. The plan works. The video blows up online and Marie is cleared of all charges, allowing her to go back to Godolkin. Once there, the dean shares more details about Andre's death. Just like his father, Andre suffered from micro tears in his neurons whenever he used his powers, and that's ultimately what killed him. The real shock comes when they learn Kate isn't dead. She's still in critical condition but no longer in danger. Logically, Emma and the others should run before anyone discovers they were involved in what happened to her. But Emma sees this as a chance to dig deeper into Project Odessa. Meanwhile, Sam visits Kate. Though unconscious, she instinctively grabs a nurse and mutters Emma's name. She doesn't exactly incriminate her, but it's enough to make it clear Emma was there the day of the accident. A new face also joins the university, Polarity. After seeing a picture of the new dean, he decides to take a position on campus to keep a close eye on the man he suspects may have been behind his son's death. Emma, on the other hand, ends up in a special class reserved for the most popular students, the ones with the biggest followings. She has no interest in being there, let alone influencing anyone. Normally she would just walk out, but this time she can't. The dean specifically requested her attendance, so she has no choice but to stay. Later, Jordan uncovers documents supposedly proving Andre's illness. The dean had already given them to Marie as evidence to back up his story. Still, the whole thing feels suspicious. Soon after, a new seminar begins at Godolkin, Hero Optimization. The day's task sounds simple enough. Just press the red button at the far end of the room. The catch? They have to get past Victor, a soup who's both incredibly strong and ridiculously fast. He takes down several students with ease, though strangely, his main focus seems to be Marie. Summoning every ounce of strength she has left, she tries to stop Victor's heart but fails. Still, her effort creates the distraction Jordan needs to hit the button and end the trial. Cypher makes it crystal clear. The university exists to build heroes, and if they want to move up, they'll have to figure out how their powers really work and push them to the absolute limit. Meanwhile, Polarity confides in Emma and reveals his plan to burn it all down, including the Seven's Tower. It sounds crazy, maybe even impossible. First, they need to uncover the new dean's true intentions, figure out what his powers are, and most importantly, learn the truth about Project Odessa, the very reason Godolkin was created. Having Polarity on their side could prove useful. After all, for Andre, his father was always a man who could manipulate anyone and squeeze out valuable information. Later on, Jordan and Marie reconcile. Marie admits she should have stopped Andre when she had the chance, and Jordan clears her of all accusations. Deep down, Jordan was simply afraid of losing her too. The two share a kiss and end up spending the night together. Meanwhile, Polarity and Emma dig through the university's files, searching for more information on Thomas Godolkin. They wouldn't have been allowed inside without clearance if it hadn't been for Emma, who, while high, suddenly remembered an old TV program the guard used to host. During an initiation for new fraternity members, founded by none other than the Deep, Sam discovers that Emma ordered an Uber to the same place where Kate had been found. That makes him suspect she may have been responsible for what happened to her. In their search, Polarity comes across a hidden door that leads them straight to what they'd been after. Documents revealing details about Project Odessa. Emma's excitement triggers her growth, and for the first time, she manages to make herself huge on purpose. Outside the university, a crowd is celebrating the capture of Kate's supposed attacker. In reality, the man turns out to be a Starlight supporter, an innocent scapegoat who paid the price for simply being in the wrong place. That's when Emma rushes to Marie with the shocking truth. Project Odessa is her. Marie herself is Project Odessa. The project involved 25 babies, and Marie is the only one who survived. What's strange is that she didn't manifest her powers until her teenage years. Annie told her that Odessa was designed as a weapon, meaning Marie herself is that weapon. Even so, they still need answers because none of it fully adds up. Meanwhile, Kate has returned, but due to the trauma she suffered, her powers are gone. She reunites with her friends, and while she doesn't expose them, her anger toward them is obvious. Still, the hero optimization class goes on with Kate now among the students. Marie faces off in hand-to-hand combat against one of her classmates and comes out on top. The dean takes a particular interest in her, something Kate starts to notice. On the other side, Sam's mental stability begins to crumble again, since Kate can no longer keep him under control. His hallucinations become more and more frequent. Kate meets with Cypher, asking him to speak with Vought and expose the truth about who really attacked her, but the dean refuses, saying it won't matter. Without her powers, she's lost her place and influence. According to him, the best thing to do is wait and work toward regaining her abilities. Meanwhile, Jordan climbs to the #1 spot in the university rankings. Posters with their face are plastered everywhere, official merch carries their name, and they're even gifted a brand new car. But there's a catch: on Thomas Godolkin Day, Jordan will have to deliver a speech. At the school cafeteria, someone has been posting pro-Starlight propaganda. Emma notices and decides to step in. She discovers the culprit is a speedster and chases him across campus, but soon realizes he's more than just fast. He seems to have other powers too. Sam turns to Kate for comfort like he had in the past, but in her weakened state, she can't use her ability on him anymore. His bottled up rage erupts and he tears apart his entire room. Jordan tries to restrain him, but the difference in strength is overwhelming. Even so, Jordan only wants to help, begging him to calm down. The peace doesn't last long, but it's enough to stop the destruction, at least for the moment. Meanwhile, Marie visits her Aunt Pam, though Pam is more of an old friend of her mother than real family. Pam knows much more about what happened when Marie was just a baby. That's when Marie learns she wasn't born naturally, but through a procedure Vought carried out. In fact, she wasn't even born in a regular hospital, but right at Godolkin University. The most disturbing part? In an old photo, she spots the dean himself. He was the one who delivered her, and back then, he went by the name Gold. In one of Polarity's classes, Emma uncovers the identity of the graffiti artist who's been spreading Starlight propaganda in the cafeteria. It's Harper, who has the power to copy anyone's abilities for 60 seconds with just a touch. But Harper isn't working alone. She has a partner helping her. Elsewhere, Marie finds some peace in learning that her parents didn't inject her with Compound V for money, but because they desperately wanted a child and couldn't conceive naturally. After stepping out of the bathroom, Marie gets the shock of her life. Her sister has been living with Pam this whole time, but her sister refuses to see her, terrified and resentful, blaming Marie for what happened to their parents. All Marie asks is that Pam tell her sister the truth, so that one day she might understand and forgive her. Emma, on her end, uncovers the identity of the other girl posting propaganda across campus. The original plan was just to tag a few walls, but Emma pushes them further, urging them to become real heroines, not just graffiti artists, but vandals who break things and make an impact. Finally, on Thomas Godolkin Day, the entire school gathers to celebrate. The dean delivers a speech to the students, and Jordan, now ranked #1, steps up to the podium as well. But instead of sticking to the script, Jordan goes off book and drops a bombshell. The person who attacked Kate wasn't Starlight's followers, it was Jordan. And that's how these 3 episodes come to a close.